Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. The only forewarning I guess you're gonna will be 40 seconds on, 15-second rest. We'll do everything 3 times. We'll keep rotating between upper body. Like I said, do it 3 times and then move on to 2 new moves. Sound good? Okay, even if not, that's what we're going with. So we're gonna get started here. Take it nice and slow. Rotate that chin over the shoulder. Just turn the head, loosen the neck. So instead of creating tension, let it be nice and soft. Good. Then let's alternate ear to shoulder. Stay facing forward. Good. All right, let's go with single arm at a time. We're going to start big circles back. And let's switch the direction now, one forward. Really go to kind of spread those arms nice and long. Feel that little pull, shoulder. One more. Good. All right, let's go into our march. So driving that knee up towards the chest. Doesn't have to be fast. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to take the arms out nice and wide, feet a little wider, hinging at the hips. So don't think about dropping around in the back. Don't drop the shoulders. I want you to reach across the body. If you don't make it all the way to the toe, that's okay. You can reach for the knee. But we want this to be all about the hinge at the hips. And then putting in that slight rotation as you reach across the body. No bouncing. Bending anywhere else. Good. Squeeze the glutes to come up. So don't think about lifting the chest. Think about driving the hips forward high. If you're not opposed to a spot up front, you're more than welcome up here with me. I knew you did. All right, let's get one more. Good. Okay, bring the feet in just slightly. We're going to get right into our squat. It's about shoulder width apart, sitting back in that imaginary chair, standing up nice and tall. Okay, now a couple things to look for before we add weights to our squat. One, are our knees kind of tracking right over the toes in that alignment? So what I mean is they're not pulling in or pushing out, coming onto the outside of the foot. Nice flat foot. Feel the weight pressing back into your heels, not your toes. And chest, although you're obviously hinging here, still stays lifted, head up. Good, let's go 2 and 1. Good, little balance work here. We're just gonna get that big crescent, open with the knee. Alternate right then left. Good, let's try rainbow with the knee. Let's get one more each way. And step it out nice and wide. So this time we're going to big hip opener, side to side. And on this next one, I want you to come to this side. We're going to turn and face that wall. That leg stays long. I just want you to drive in, tap back. Okay. How far you reach that leg is going to depend on just how stable you feel. But we want your weight primarily on one side, squeezing the glutes to drive that foot back. One more. Good. Turn it back forward. We're going to keep going all the way to the other side. So stabilize yourself. Shift the weight into the front leg. Tap forward and back. Good. And get into that runner's lunge. The lower you sink into it, the harder that front leg's going to work. 3, 2, 1. Good. Come back forward. Okay, right here. Couple chest openers. So you're just going to take those arms, scissor them, cross them in the center. Open nice and big. All right, we are ready to go. Shake it out. First move, and almost all of our upper body is going to be like this today. That we have a bicep curl, and we're going to take it right, left, and then we hit both. Okay, and so single to double. And we're doing this just because we've got long periods of times and we're doing 3 times. So it's a way to sort of work that muscular endurance without hurting ourselves. Single, single, double. Good, there you go. So right, left, or left, right, either way, single, single, and then a double. It's just our standard curl. So we've got the elbows at the side. As we lift, our elbows get pointed at the floor. They're swinging, core tight. Very nice. Less than 10 to go. We've got about 7 seconds. Almost there. Let's get that one more set in. Good. Okay. In this next move, we're going to drop to one weight. And we're going to take a split stance here for our lunge. So as we lunge, we're just dropping that back knee under the hip. How low you choose to go into it is up to you. And as you do, I'm going to give you that forward extension with the weight. All right. So from the side, you're just pressing forward. Now, option that you can just press halfway forward. If it's hard to get into that full extension, that weight's too far, you can just kind of keep it more minimal. And I'm going to switch us at that halfway point. Good. Give me one more. Switch sides here. Go right into it. Now, again, if this feels like quite a bit of pressure on the shoulders, you can always go one with no press. And then on that second, take the extension. You can kind of cut it in half. Good. Okay, 15 seconds, short rest. We're going to go for round 2. Same thing. Now, if you need to drop that weight on that next one, you can still go through the movement. Think press, drive those elbows back. Okay, but we're back to our curl to start. Okay, so it's pretty quick going through these 3 rounds. And we'll give you a little extra rest to get a drink and all that good stuff before we start the next 2 moves. Looking good, looking strong. Starting the weekend strong. Left that. Almost there. Good job. All right, one weight, or you can even, like I said, if you don't go no weight, still work through that extension, pull back. Here we go. 2, 1. Lunge. Bring it in. Now try when you bring it in, elbows aren't out wide, but think about pulling those elbows in towards the side of your body. You're going to get a little backward through that too. This is a halfway point. Give me one more. Switch sides. You're ready. Right into it. So you really want to feel that weight in the front heel. That's what you're driving through the front heel as you stand back up. Push hard into the floor. Last one. Good. All right. Short 15 seconds. You can kind of shake out the wrists. One more time for round 3. And then we'll move on. Here we go. 3, 2. If you need extra time, take it. No shame in that. Jump in when you're ready. Back to the bicep curl. And this is your halfway point. Weights should be feeling heavy. Okay, by round 3, you should be feeling that strain to get those weights up. And that's kind of the challenge we're looking for. Three, 2, 1. Good. one way. One more set of lunges. 5 seconds, deep breath. Everyone roll those shoulders down and back for me before you pull the weight up. Here we go. Lunge and down. Now, with lunges, I like to say, I have this little idea, elevator, not escalator. And what that means is my hips are going straight down like elevator rather than shifting forward. Because if I'm rocking here, I'm really just putting additional pressure on that front knee. So think about dropping down into it rather than riding it forward. Good. Other side. Eight seconds, almost there. You guys are doing great. 3, 2, 1, and time. Beautiful. All right, extra time here. Get it. Have a drink. All right, next 2 moves. You still have some time. I just want to say, weights are going to be elevated at our shoulders. Core tight, kind of nice, stable balance. We're going to press right, left, both. Okay, if you want to make it harder, you're going to push those elbows shoulder height. Keep them held in that contraction, right, left with both. But I promise it's going to be a lot of time under tension. You may start there and then bring it down. That's perfectly fine. And then that second move for our legs, lateral lunge. I'll show you when we get there because we'll have time. 10 seconds. So whatever weight we can press overhead, weights at your shoulders. Then we're going to start right, left, and both. Deep breath. Good. Single, single, and double. Now, as we press, be mindful of kind of you're slightly pressing forward, just in the sense it's going like right above your forehead, because we don't want you pulling it back. When we say overhead, some people will come here, and all that does is stick your butt out, arch your back, where we want core nice and tight to protect our back. So slide forward towards the forehead, not over the middle of the head. Good. 5 seconds. I know shoulders are burning. You're doing great. Beautiful. Okay, on this next one, and again with legs, you can always drop to one weight, however it's comfortable for you. You can start with a nice wide lunge and just make that lateral lunge side to side, keeping the feet planted. Or if you want to up the power, make it a little harder, you're going to step out, push back center, step the other way. Okay, so you find the option that's best for you. Go ahead and start when you're ready. If you're taking that wide stance, you're going to keep the feet planted. Just shift side, center, side. And if you want to go one way, put it in the opposite hand of the way you're going so it reaches across the body. And then just switch at the center. Good. 10 seconds. Make sure we're pushing the hips back, knees and toes stay forward. 3, 2, 1. Good. 15 seconds. We've got round 2. How are we feeling? Getting the hang of this, kind of rolling through. Round 3 should burn. Okay, we want it to be challenging. If you're like, I could do 10 more rounds, then I want to challenge you to up those weights a little. Beautiful. Check the core, make sure belly button is in. That's going to keep you from arching the back. Almost there. We've got 5 seconds. You can do it. You're doing great. And there it is. Good. All right. Back into that lateral lunge. So if you want to take out the balance element, you're just going to have nice widespread legs. The reason where if you want to step it, again, it just takes a little more power to push off back middle. So if you want kind of to the level up, that level 2, it also This is absolutely, you're able to kind of do these with no weights, one weight. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, good. All right, one more time through. Last set. When you set those weights down, like I said, if your hands are starting to cramp up, take a second, roll them out. We're going in 3 seconds. If you need more time, it's always yours. Last time through. You're almost there. You've got about 10 seconds to push through. If you need more time, you take that break right here and then get right back into it. We're finishing strong with 5 seconds to go. Good. All right, shoulders are good for that. Dive, slide, lateral lunge. And all the shoulders down and back as always. Side to side, whichever variation you want to go with. Okay, so most people do not lose form or good quality on these lunges and things because they don't know. It's because as we fatigue, we start overcompensating. So let's check it. Knee comes over ankle, right? Or in line with it. Knees and toes forward, push those hips back. Nice straight line, kind of shooting out the tailbone from the crown of the head. Pushing the hips back, not out to the side. Sit back in that imaginary chair. You've got 10 seconds. We're finishing strong. 5 to go. Almost there. Good. All right. Awesome. Whole new set here. This is where you really get to take a drink. Get a full minute. How are we feeling? All right, a little more endurance today. So we're also trying to make it through that 3rd round. Like I said, should be a challenge, but that's what we're looking for. So for this next one, we're going to go into a row. So we take that hinge from the hips, still keeping a nice straight spine, neck in line with the spine, and we're going to row it right, left, both, or single, single, double. Okay, elbows stay close to the side, so we're not flying out wide here. Drive them up and back like they're going to the upper corner of that wall behind you, right? Especially when you do both, think about squeezing those shoulder blades in, like you're trying to pinch your spine. We want that. Here we go. And if at any point you need to stand up, shake it out. So come on down. Single, single, double. You're welcome to stay here. Or, like I said, if you need to reset, if you're starting to feel any lower back pressure, come up, shake it out, come back into it. But anytime you start to feel lower back, I want you to reset yourself and get that core nice and tight. Belly button is pulled up and wrap that corset around to protect your spine. We are almost already, we're well halfway through. We've got 15 seconds. This bent over position, you should feel the glutes firing up, some hamstrings as well. We're sneaking in that lower body. Good. Okay, going to one leg. And this time we're going to move laterally. So we sit down, kind of a crab walk, 2 to the side, just about the length of your mat, 2 back. If you want to stand up and shake out at any point, you do that. If you want to try and stay low for the full 40 seconds, great. Or every time. I mean, you can do every time you get here. You can stand and come back into it. It's up to you. And the best way to modify this one, you're just not going to sink as low into it. So you're standing up a little higher. The lower you go, the harder it's going to be. Good. All right. Deep breath. Shake them out. Round two with the rows. Right? Side for that. Now, single, single, double. Okay. We want to check our back so that we're not drooping. If your shoulders are kind of higher than the center of your back, you don't want that. Hold that belly button in. We also don't want to be rounded. That's fine. That's a great way to work or to wake up curving tomorrow. We don't want that. Soft bend in the knees. 10 seconds to go. Yeah. Good. All right, one way. Now we're taking it side to side. 3 seconds. We're right into it. Anybody got any fun, exciting plans? Take our mind off these squats. We got something good going on this weekend. Yeah. 10 seconds. You're in it. You're doing great. You can do this. A burn is not a bad thing. That just means you're working hard and your body's making changes. That's a good thing. Just do it. Right. One more time. All right. Another way to take this down notch if it feels like too much pressure, again on the back, I want you to switch to one weight and just alternate right, then left, so you don't have that other added weight on there. Another option is you can hold the weight this way and just double row one weight. I can't stress it enough that I want you to make these workouts your own. I am not offended by that. I tell everyone our bodies are not exactly the same. What they have been through is different. What we eat is different. Genetics are different. So even though we all work out here together, it shouldn't look exactly the same all the time. We have 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. One more time, moving side to side. You feel totally fatigued, or you just take that step, even from standing. So we can always do something, all right? No rush here. Slow and in control. In seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, extra tight here. Take advantage of this. If by chance your back is feeling tight, you can take the side bend and really stretch through. Okay. You can also just kind of take that for a full, or feel to have the balance pulling the weight into the chest, kind of the lower back. Good. So this next one, we are now standing up nice and tall, and we are going to take a tricep extension. So bringing that weight overhead, you can hold one weight, a couple different ways. You can either hold the top of it or here. The only thing is, if you hold the ends, don't let your elbows fly out. I always say no chicken wings. We want to keep the head framed by the arms, or you can go 2 weights. And I just recommend keeping them together to help with stability, down and up. So from here, At the elbow, all the way to that full extension above the head. Now, if that hurts your shoulders, you always have the option with triceps to kick back, but I'm just trying to get us out of that hinge a little bit since we were just in it, right? All right, 10 seconds. We'll start there. Okay, got 5 more seconds. You guys are troopers. You're not ready. Here we go. And over. Down and up. Good. If you feel yourself kind of starting to rock, jerking back and forth, I want you to take that staggered stance or tight, even maybe a slight tilt in the hips. Good. Okay, so that's halfway, which I know feels long. I want you to have a grasp of the amount of time we're going. We'll try to keep the chin off the chest. I know it's hard because for me, people with long hair, you don't pull your hair out, or even short hair. But you don't close off the airway. Good. Okay. Lay it down. Now, 1 weight, no weight, 2 weights. This next one's going to be up to you, lower body. If you have the weights, you're going to just put it at your side. A little more neuro stance. And this time, we're going to tap back just like we did in the warm-up. Okay, I want you to stay on one side. And I'll tell you when to switch. Overloading that front leg. It's almost turning into like a single leg squat. Give you 1 more of this. Switch sides right into the other leg. If you need to stand up and shake it off, do it. Yeah. Now this is different than our lunge because we're not dropping that back knee, we're pressing back, and that's through the glutes. Pull back, shoot energy out the heel, far behind you, and I gotta repeat round 2. So triceps and back in it, 1 or 2 weights. Filling. Shoulders out, here we go. Now, if you need a third option for triceps, there are other ways to do it. If this hurts your shoulder and this is too much pressure on your back, your third option is to come onto the mat and give me that slow pressure, where you still hinge at the elbow, bring that weight down right to the side of your head, extend back up. Okay, that takes all pressure off the back, and it's a little less on the shoulders because it's not overhead. So by round 3, I want us to have all kinds of options. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right. If you want 1 weight on this next one, you're just going to kind of hold it at the chest, 2 weights at the side. Means no weights, but I need you to challenge yourself. Here we go. 1 side, tap back, forward. And if this feels too much to stay on 1 side, then you can always alternate. Just make sure that you get stabilized on that other foot before you press back. Switch to the other leg. Here we are. Good. Shake them out. 1 more time. 3rd time's the charm. You can do it. There are 3 options. Close triceps overhead, into the kickback, or come onto your back for small pressures. 40 seconds more here. Good. Make sure you go that full extension. It's the extension that really gets the triceps. If you're just kind of here, not getting that full tricep. Good. Almost there, got about 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and there we go. Beautiful. One more time, tapping back. We're going to finish out with some core work. Here we go. 3, 2, shake up the legs if you need. Deep into it. Press back, forward. Now, if you need to shift the weight to the back to kind of catch your balance, that's fine. Otherwise, we really want it to be just a small tap where I could lift and lower anytime because all that weight. We're doing kind of this single leg, unilateral work, taking the pressure to where this leg is real light. It's just a tap. Good, switch sides. Good, make sure that the weights aren't pulling you forward. Shoulders and chest up, shoulders back. 5 seconds, you are almost there. Good job, shake them out, shake them out. Okay, we're going to do just one thing with kind of standing core, then we'll bring to the mat for the last 5 minutes or so. So on this one, we're just going to do our march that we did like in a warm-up, but holding a weight if possible. And I want you to think elbow to the opposite knee. So we get this small rotation as we march, nothing fast. We want slow and controlled. Feel the control. Now I can, if I go fast, I'm just kind of, I'm really going to feel in that hip flexor. I want you to feel the contraction through the core by kind of holding. Exhale as you twist, okay? Here we go. So march. Slow to maintain our balance. If you can keep that knee lifted just for a split second. Hold, release. Hold, release. Good. And let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do it one more time. Just take a second here. Great. Lift it. For 12. Here we go. Rotate. Lift the crown of the head, elongate, put space between the vertebrae. We're not trying to crunch the spine. Okay. 3, 2, 1 more each leg. All right, let's come on down to our mat. All right, so we're going to actually start in that all fours kind of tabletop position. So we've got the knees tucked right under the hips, hands right under the shoulders. All right, from here, I want you to lift. We're going to, that bird dog. So lift right arm, left leg, and just hold. I want you to hold that extension for me if you can. Beautiful if you're at the wall. Good. Just lift the leg. Hold here. All right, now, here's where the challenge comes. We're going to take that knee to elbow. Extend back forward. Good. As you take the knee to elbow, you are rounding the back a little. Feel that crunch contraction in the abs and big extension. Grow an inch. Let's go. 3, and 2, 1. Good. And bring it down. All right. Sit back if you need. Take the chest pose. Reach those shoulders forward. Shoulders should be feeling it today. Good. All right, coming back to the center, we're going to start. Just catch your balance. Give me that big extension. Left arm, right leg. Try and hold from the side. You see, we're keeping the leg is not, the goal isn't to be higher, but everything one straight line from the fingertips shooting out through the foot. Here, 3, 2. Now we're going to come center, elbow to knee, and big extension. Good. Squeeze the glute on that extension. Really drive the leg back. Reach the fingertips forward. Give you 3 more. 3, and 2, 1. Good. Stay in that tabletop position. You can sit back if you need. This next one, we're going to go into what we call fire hydrants. So the knee stays tucked. You're going to bring it out to the side. So this is glute and core work we're throwing in here. If you need more of a challenge, take the straight leg lift and lower. Only if you're real familiar with the fire hydrants. If you're at the wall, you're going to give you that lift to the side. Right? Side and back down. All right, so right leg. Here we go. Trying to keep the knee in line with the hip. Lift and lower. Or you can go for that straight leg option. Now the goal is to keep our shoulders parallel to the mat and floor. So what we're not doing is opening the chest with the hip. Only the leg lifts. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, shake all that out. We're gonna go right into the other side. Here we go. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now, if we only think about the glutes, only feel the glutes, I want you to think about the core. You've got the obliques working here. Let's just take note of it. Focus in on it. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Okay. Come on to your tailbone here. You can even just kind of roll. Give your tush a little massage if you need. Then we're eventually going to roll all the way out to our back. Okay. Now we're going to start with just kind of simple crunches. And crunches, I think, can have a real bad rap, so we just need to do them safely. So what do you think about peeling the spine off like a snake, kind of, and then each one nice and slow, no jerking on the head, no flopping on your mat. Again, if you want to advance this, you'll add the one weight held above you, drive it up and towards the ceiling above the knees. So forward and up. All right, we're gonna go for 12. Here we go. All right, 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower. Beautiful. I want you to maintain that pace. Lift and lower, nice and slow. Good. We've got 5, 4, 3, almost there, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, set that weight down. Just to the side of you. All right, last thing we're going to do, I want you to elevate the knees right over the hips, hands right over the shoulders. So nice straight lines here. Keep the bend in the knee. This is your dead bug. So kind of the opposite of what we did when we were in the tabletop position. But you're going to extend, big extension, right arm, left leg, then pull back center, and then other way. We just alternate lower back, still in, pushing into the mat. Good, so this one. Slow. On that extension, once again, try and grow until you reach the legs, and that's going to make it a little tougher on the core as well. There's 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Let's forget our clock. Oh, good. Okay, that clock was a little bit off. We have time for one more. We're just going to go right into our hip bridge. Once again, this is kind of core and glute. So feet press firmly into the mat. You kind of have your big toe in line with your hips. The way we're going to do this, we're going to go up, halfway down, back up, full release. So kind of 4 points. 1, 2, 3, down on 4. Okay, I want you to keep that pace. If you want, you can add weight and kind of put it on the hips, or just really focus in on the glutes. Now, if you're standing, this is still a little bit more of a squat. And the glutes and the core. Good. So make sure you hit all parts all the way up, halfway down, back up, and release. We've got a couple more. I want you to think about pulling that lower belly in nice and tight, stabilizing. This is about hip mobility and core stability. Okay, let's get two more. All the way through. And one more. Up, halfway, up, and down. Good. Reach your arms up overhead. Lengthen your feet. You can kind of shake out the legs if you need. Big deep breath in. Good. From here, we're going to pull the right leg into the chest. Okay, let's switch sides. The left leg. First the chest. This is a good stretch again through the lower back. Okay, go ahead and bring both knees into the chest. Take a gentle rock side to side. And then you can either roll all the way onto your side, kind of in that fetal position and hold, or if you want to try and take the forward back roll and roll up, however you want, we're just going to come to that seated position, and we're actually, when you're ready, going to come all the way to standing. I want you to take a second, grab a drink if you need. Finish stretching. Looking out that back window, it looks pretty gray. All right, so we're going to go into that staggered stance here, pushing one leg back, front leg is bent, trying to straighten the back leg. And then I want you to just think about almost squeezing the glutes, pushing those hips forward slightly. And then the arm of your back leg can come up and over, or get a little deeper into that hip flexor. If that feels like too much, put the arm down. Good. We're going to just switch sides. So step and switch. That back heel down. Keep the chest lifted. Good. Drive those hips forward just slightly. And when you start to feel it, if you're ready, you can add the extra with your arm. Good. I want you to step forward so that your feet are together. We're going to do big inhale. Kind of swan dive, forward fold, come on down. And I want you to think about not just folding the back so that you have more of a flat back, not rounded. Almost think about bringing the hip or the rib cage to the thighs. So you're pushing the chest down. And let your head just relax here for a second. Good. Bend the knees. I want you to slowly roll up, stack the vertebrae. Head's the last thing to come up, and when you get there, roll those shoulders back as well. Good. We're kind of through the posture. We're going to take one arm across the chest. Good. Let's open up the other leg. Good. From here, I'm going to turn here. I want you to step that right leg behind, and then we're just going to reach up and over. Reach stretch down the side body. If that's too much, you can keep your feet here, but I just stretching it a little bit more curve. Good. Let's step the other way. Left leg scoops behind. Left arm comes up and over. Drive that hip out.
Attention YMCA members and guests, the time is now 11 o'clock and the zone and landmark will be closing in 15 minutes.
Thank you. To a counter, feel free to make your way to a safe spot for you. Here, let's go other side. You guys did an awesome job today. 3 rounds of 40 seconds is not easy. You push through, really strengthening yourself. I hope you feel strong. I hope you feel good. Have a great weekend. Let's take one more big deep breath in. And big exhale. Enjoy yourself this weekend. Drink lots of water. Stay healthy. Thank you for joining us online. I hope you guys have a great weekend as well.